Okay, first on a side note, they took away the 3-minute feature, so I'm just doing 10 minutes, and I have a lot to say in channeled, so stay tuned for this. It's an important message, but that just really shocked me. This message is for my visionary leaders and some of my superstars, the chosen ones, etc. It's kind of a big message for the collective, but specifically for those of you who resonate with my part 54 message. And if you don't know what that is, go into my Your Sacred Purpose playlist and look for number 54. But what I was really hearing was the fact that, like, do not let anybody deter you from building the thing that you know you need to build. During this Venus retrograde, you're kind of going to be going through some tests per se, where you've been wanting to get support in. You've been working on opening yourself to allow more, to receive more, so you don't have to work so hard and you can like really delegate that. But sometimes people have other funny minds of their own, and it's like you're kind of being tested. This isn't about going back into your shell. The lesson here is to know, like, when people show you who they are, believe them, and then just know and assess as a leader, that person may not be up to the task, and that's okay. And I just need to have a backup plan. Like I need to go and talk to 3 other people who could potentially do their job just in case they decide to flake out last minute. I'm good. Does that make sense? If this is the first time that you're seeing me, hi, my name is Alicia. I am your singing psychic tarot Disney princess, here to help you manifest all the things because you deserve to have it all. This is my only account. Please do not get scammed. I will never DM you first. I love you. As we have death and rebirth here on the back of the deck. So there's this so right now, okay, we've kind of like I don't want to say we've passed the 8-8 portal, but like things are coming to, like, I don't want to say a close, but the transmissions, the downloads, the clarity that you've been getting, you kind of now know what you need to do. And now it's about implementing that into your life in the most easiest, effortless way so that you can really embody this new identity of that visionary leader. This also means that if this is something that you are really wanting to do and like understand and really embody, go and so Spirit is saying that you might want to go back and watch some of these like old period pieces, Netflix shows where it's like Vikings and like old European times and stuff like that, where they were vying for power. When you start to see how people that were emperors and kings and queens of different countries or different counties were battling each other out, looking at the strategy, looking what you needed to do, because those things that they are doing, we have to create a better way than what they had to do. Does that make sense? But it's really important to note that, let's be honest, when you do start to shine a lot, you're going to get people who are going to get jealous. You are going to have people who are going to want to take you back down to their level because they want you to be average so that they can feel safe, right? But you can't let that keep you down. You still have to shine and go, great, I'm so glad I triggered you. Here's a service for that, right? You can still give them love and light and not have them affect your ability or your confidence in yourself to shine your truth and share your light and be who you're supposed to be and create what you're supposed to create. I keep hearing you were meant for more. You were meant for more. Step up and be fucking more. As I pulled out the Knight of Wands, right? So this is like wild abandonment. Like, fuck it. Like, throw the to-do list up in the air and start doing things that you are seriously super duper fucking passionate about. You've got this black horse here in the back. And so for me, whenever I see this card, and again, like, this deck really wanted to share messages today, but one thing I really love about this is that this is really about the divine feminine coming to the service, and not just like light divine feminine, but like dark divine feminine. So if you have been really kind of like leaning towards sort of your villain era or your I don't give a fuck era, then like you might want to just start channeling a little bit of Lilith, channeling a little bit of Isis, channeling a little bit of that like sensual seduction. And like, it's not necessarily about manipulation in the bad way, but it's about really being able to embody and seduce and attract, become like a massive magnet, being this pleasurable siren so that you can just sit there and stand and say what you want to say, and like the money will come running. The men will be like at your feet, like worshiping you, begging to have like a modicum of your attention. Like you're going to be able to call in all of these like golden opportunities where people are just going to be like, I don't know what it is about you. Like I saw your video and like I would die if you would be in my whatever creative project. That's mostly for probably some actors, singers, and dancers, models out there, okay? Have courage. This is not the time to play it small. We've got the 9 of Wands here. So this is kind of like, this is sort of the, it's like, don't quit before the miracle happens. It's coming very soon, but Spirit's kind of cautioning you. When I'm seeing this 9 of Wands, instead of like, don't quit before the miracle begins, if you notice, especially with this card, this is really much more about boundaries. Okay. She's standing behind this little wooden gate or this little fence thing, but it's like she's standing at the edge. So don't let people walk all over your fucking boundaries. If there's anything that you get from this message, please, for the love of God, take some time tonight to review your policies, your standards, your non-negotiables, the things where you're like, no, if someone talks to me like this, I'm fucking out. You don't even have to say anything to them. You can just like swipe the block, leave, or just get the fuck up and leave, right? It's like, you will not tolerate this. And if someone needs to be told like, hey, I'm not okay with you talking to me like that, it needs to be said. Does that make sense? That's very clear for some of you. I don't know who it is, but I'm very, like, I'm seeing it. And it's like, you need to like, you know, put on your big girl pants and you need to be like, no. No is a full sentence. And I said, no, I do not like being talked to that way. I do not like being treated that way. No, and if you do it again, I'm walking away. This will be 10 minutes because we're already at the 6-minute mark anyway, and I can't stop channeling, so that's fine. There's a lot of confusion. You want to do all the things. You want to have all the things. You can have all the things, but you need to, and I hate to say this, but you really need to slow your mind down. What's happened is your floodgates have opened, right? Your third eye, your gifts, like everything is starting to open. And so you're starting to see all of these you're getting all of these incredible downloads of what you're supposed to be creating. However, the problem is that now that there's so much, you do not have the tools or the knowledge or the wisdom yet in order to make these come to fruition. I'm not saying that is a bad thing. I'm just saying honor where you're at, which is at the beginning of your journey, and give yourself permission to take some time to learn how to build all of these different streams of incomes and products and services and and gifts that are really going to be helping the collective heal. This is really more so about mastering your emotional energy, about really learning how to self-soothe, on how to ground your energy. And it's not just about putting your feet outside. Like, it's also about knowing how to be grounded in the face of adversity. I'm also really hearing that for some of you are meant to pave a new way that is a lot more practical for people, because most people who are getting awakened right now, like, they've been a muggle their whole entire life. So like, we are one with the collective consciousness of like the Galactic Federation of like the 12th dimension. That shit, they don't understand what the fuck that shit means. You need to like, they need more practical neuroscience. Okay, so get this. How do you process your emotions? Let's break that down into a step-by-step so you actually know what the fuck you need to do. 10 of Swords. Everything is fine. Everything's fine. Everything is not fine. You need to rest. You've had too much burden on your shoulders. You need to slow the fuck down, because when you slow down, what will happen is that you can hear who is talking to you. If you're like developing your psychic gifts, you will be able to understand and get the inspiration of, oh, that's what I'm supposed to do. That's what I'm supposed to do. That's what I'm supposed to do. And change your identity from your problems to an identity of your solution. That's when you're going to shine like the sun and get everything you want with ease and effortlessness and oh so much fun. You can integrate and get this and the star and all of the fame and fortune and money by the end of this year, no problem. You can do that right now, but you have to choose an identity of like abundance, of wealth, of love, of solutions, and not still identifying with your fears and your problems. If you want help in that kind of transformation, I have Shift Your Belief sessions where I will literally go in, find the limiting belief, pull it out and replace it with something better, and it's permanent. Or you can come on my Disney spiritual retreat that's happening during New Year's Eve. And it's less of a retreat and more of like a massive, like transformational spiritual boot camp. So if you've ever wanted to learn how to quantum leap, sleep, you should come because I'm going to hand walk you through it. Like, follow, comment if this resonates. I love you so much. You have got this.